Exit 29. The thing that watches the highway. If you ask anyone in my hometown why nobody drives the old highway after midnight, they'll all say the same thing. Because of Exit 29. People joke about it online, treat it like some creepypasta, or say it's just a small-town superstition. But around here, we don't tell the story for fun. We tell it because people disappeared. And one of them was my cousin Noah. July 14th. 2 summers ago. A normal Friday night until it wasn't. We were at a house party way out in the Pennsylvania countryside. You know the type. Warm beer, loud music, someone's uncle's barn lit up with cheap string lights. Kids playing beer pong, tagging each other on Snapchat. Nothing dangerous. Nothing strange. Except the air felt wrong that night. Humid. Heavy. Quiet in a way that made you listen harder. Noah had just gotten his license and his mom's hand-me-down blue Honda. He loved that stupid car more than he loved breathing. "Come on, Lena," he said, dangling the keys. "Let's take a drive. Just a quick loop around the hills." "It's past midnight," I said. "I'll get grounded." He grinned like the idiot he was.
"What?
You scared of Exit 29? I rolled my eyes. Everyone joked about it, the abandoned gas station, the missing people, the figure everyone claimed to see. But kids our age didn't really believe it. Still, the way the warm night air suddenly felt colder made me hesitate.
Noah nudged me.
50 minutes out, 50 minutes back. I'll have you home before your mom wakes up." Against my better judgment, I got in the car. The highway was pitch black and empty, stretching like a tunnel carved through the woods. No cars. No lights. Just the sound of tires on old asphalt and the faint static of a radio that wouldn't lock on any station. "You know the real story?" Noah asked suddenly. I stared out the window. "I know the legend." No, he insisted. "The real one." He waited until the darkness outside felt thick enough to swallow us. "They say the truck stop at Exit 29 wasn't shut down because of money issues. The workers didn't quit. The owner didn't move." He glanced at me. "They vanished. All of them. Lights on. Cars running. Food on the counter. No bodies. No signs of struggle." "That's not true," I said automatically, even though the back of my neck prickled.
He smirked.
"Then why do people still report seeing someone standing under the old gas sign? Same spot.
Same time.
Every time." I swallowed. "What time?" He let a breath out slowly. "After midnight." The mile markers passed. 27. 28. Then something changed. The air felt colder. The road felt tighter. The static on the radio turned into soft whispers, like someone trying to speak through water. My heart thudded. "Noah," I said softly, "maybe we should turn around." He didn't answer. The digital clock on the dashboard glowed. 12:03 a.m. Then the trees parted, and the sign appeared. Exit 29. Last stop gas and food.
Closed.
And that's when we both saw it. A figure. Standing perfectly still beneath the broken gas station sign.
Tall.
Motionless. Head tilted, like it was listening. I pressed back into my seat. "Noah, don't slow down." But he already had. The closer we got, the clearer it became that the figure wasn't watching the road. It was watching us. The radio went dead. The headlights flickered. The dashboard screen dimmed to black. "Noah," I whispered, "drive." He finally snapped out of it, slammed the gas, and sped past. But as the car surged forward, I looked out the window. And the figures had turned, following our car as we passed. Not slowly. Not naturally. Like it snapped toward us. And in that split second, I knew. This wasn't a legend. This wasn't a story. Something at Exit 29 was real.
And it knew we saw it.
Something got into the car. After we passed Exit 29, neither of us spoke for almost a full minute. Noah gripped the wheel so hard the tendons in his arms stood out. The road behind us was swallowed by darkness, but I couldn't stop checking the mirror, terrified that the figure might appear again. I finally whispered, What was that?" Noah shook his head. "I don't know, but it wasn't a person." His voice had lost all its usual confidence. The radio suddenly crackled, low and broken, like something breathing into the speakers. A slow, dragging inhale, then an exhale. I reached forward and shut it off, but the sound kept going. Noah, it's not the radio. He stared at me. The breathing was coming from the back seat. My entire body went cold. I turned my head inch by inch, terrified of what I might see. Nothing. Just the empty back seat of the Honda. The same seat where Noah kept his hoodie and his football gear. But the breathing continued. Slow.
Wet.
Like something struggling to mimic a human sound. Noah, drive faster. He didn't argue. The engine roared as he pushed the car towards 70 miles per hour. But then the breathing stopped. The silence in the car felt like someone pressing their palm over my mouth. Then something tapped the back window. Just one soft tap. Like a finger. Noah slammed the brakes so hard the car skidded across the empty road, tires screaming. We jerked forward, seatbelts digging into our chests. The car came to a stop sideways across both lanes. What are you doing? I shouted. He was gasping. It's on the car, Lena. It's on the car. The world outside was silent.
Pitch dark.
Still. Stay in the car, I whispered, though my voice shook. We waited. Then, the back window fogged over. Slowly. From the inside, my heart dropped into my stomach. Something traced a shape in the condensation. A single long line. Then 2 shorter ones. It was drawing something. Noah, I whispered. Start the car. But he didn't move. He was staring into the mirror. Completely frozen. What is it?
I asked.
He whispered so quietly, I almost didn't hear him. There's a face. I turned. In the center of the fog glass, something had pressed against it. A distorted, stretched face with no eyes. Just deep, dark holes where eyes should have been. Its mouth was too wide, too crooked, like it had been torn open. I screamed. Noah jerked back to life, turned the key, slammed the car into drive. The face vanished as we shot forward. The tires spun against old asphalt, the entire car fishtailing as Noah fought for control. But once the wheels gripped, he floored it, pushing the engine harder than it had ever been pushed before. Wind roared. Trees blurred. My pulse hammered. And still, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was chasing us. When the town lights finally appeared in the distance, I felt a flood of relief. We flew through the main road, past the gas station, past the firehouse, past the bakery that always smelled like cinnamon. Noah slowed only when we were a block from my house. We sat in silence, chest heaving, skin cold with sweat. What do we do? He whispered. I don't know, I said truthfully. But we can't tell anyone. They'll think we're crazy. He nodded. But neither of us looked in the rearview mirror again. Not until the next day, when we realized something was wrong. Very wrong. Because when Noah woke up the following morning, there were handprints on the inside of his car windows.
Wet.
Smudged. Human-shaped, but far too large. The thing that knows our names. Noah called me before sunrise. His voice was shaking so badly, I almost hung up and ran to his house instead. Lena, it came back. My chest tightened. What do you mean back? There was a pause, the kind of silence that makes you feel like someone else is listening on the line. It was at my window. I froze. What did you see? I didn't see it, he whispered. I heard it. The line went dead silent except for his trembling breaths. Then he said something I'll never forget. It said my name. I felt cold all over. Noah, stay where you are. Don't open any curtains. I'm coming. I ran so fast down my driveway, I forgot my coat. The sky was still a deep blue-gray, the sun barely brushing the horizon. As I turned onto a street, Noah's front door swung open and he stepped outside, pale and frantic. But what scared me most wasn't his expression. It was the look he gave the sky, like he expected something to drop out of it. We sat on his porch steps, and he told me everything. It was tapping on my window, but not with fingers. More like the glass was being pushed with something flat. He swallowed hard. Then it whispered, like it was right next to me. It said, You didn't look away fast enough. My stomach flipped. That thing on the road, it wasn't random, I whispered. It wanted us to see it. Noah nodded slowly. And it's not finished. We decided to go back to the car, not because we wanted to, but because we needed to know what we were dealing with. Noah reluctantly unlocked the Honda and pushed the door open. Instantly, a smell of damp air washed over us, like the car had been sitting underwater. The windows were fogged from the inside again. I leaned closer. A new message was traced into the condensation. Left 1. My breath caught. What does that mean? Noah whispered. Before I could answer, a sound echoed behind us, a soft crunch of gravel. We turned slowly. A man stood at the end of the driveway. Except not really a man. The body shape was wrong, slouched forward, arms too long, head tilted at an unnatural angle like it was studying us. No facial details, only a faint suggestion of features, blurred and shifting like smoke under skin. Noah grabbed my wrist. Lena, don't move. But the figure did. It stepped closer. One slow footstep. Then another. The temperature dropped enough that I could see my breath. I whispered, "What do you want?" And the thing answered in a voice that wasn't a voice at all, more like a memory of one. The one who saw me too long. It was talking about the road. About the exact moment Noah stared into its face in the rear-view mirror. Before Noah could react, the figure lifted an arm and pointed past us, not at Noah,
but at me.
The other one must watch. I stumbled backward, heart hammering. Watch what? The figure tilted its head again like it was testing a new shape. What follows when you don't look away? And just like that, it vanished. Not into shadows. Not into thin air. Just gone. We stood frozen until the sky finally brightened and the world felt normal again. Except nothing was normal. Not after that. Not after the messages kept appearing. Not after the tapping continued for weeks. Not after both of us started seeing tall, distorted figures at the edges of parking lots, highways, classrooms, backyards. Always watching. Always waiting. Always wanting us to look a little too long. Because once you see the thing on exit 29, it doesn't stop following. It doesn't stop waiting. It just waits for the moment. You forget to look away.